I would have people come into my shop to visit me, and they said, hey, there's a super cool guy out to Moab, and he's got a shop, and he does off-road recovery, and I know that he watches your show. So I'm like, okay. And then I found out he had a YouTube channel, and I looked at it, and I'm like, man, 45 minutes of a left front tire of some cool wrecker. So then I went out there, and I met Rory. Went to Easter Jeep Safari. Is that when we first met?
No, Winter Jamboree over here. I came over here.
Yeah, okay, so Rory was the instigator. So he came over, and I was fascinated by his truck. Like, I hear some people say, well, it's sure not pretty, but it gets it done, and I beg to differ. That truck has a soul. There's something very alive about that truck.
So another part of that story is, while that was happening, people would come in to my shop and go, well, you watch Matt's channel. I'm like, yeah, I watch Matt's channel. Well, you must learn a lot from watching that. And me being me, I don't know how many hearts I broke, but I said, that's not how we recover. Not saying anything wrong with that. I just hate sand.
Rory has told me on multiple occasions that I can keep my sand, and he was very descriptive about what kind of sand I could keep. And where I could keep it. So we're going to keep the sand here. We'll let Rory drive around in his pretty little clean rocks. But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is, when I met Rory, I said, you have got to start talking to your audience, and you are going to be successful on YouTube.
And here we are 2 years later, and me being deathly afraid of talking in front of a crowd. And here I am. But it goes back to you guys, because I told Matt, nobody wants to watch me work. Apparently, a lot of people do, and I appreciate all of you for that. Thank you.
All right, just really quick. So getting into Rory's friend group with Mike and Sean and Chris and his daughter Lily. It's Dee, all your other friends. Amazing group of people. Good people are surrounded by good people. It's amazing. All right, let's bring Eric up here. All right. I have a story about Eric too. So when I started doing off-road recovery, I was a YouTube watcher, and you know how Google listens to you? It started showing me Eric's videos, so I started watching them. I started realizing the speakers are pointing this way, that's why. So I'm watching Eric. I'm reading through his comments. I comment every once in a while, and I notice that Eric has a very loyal group of followers. And the reason that is because he is active in his four-wheel drive community. He's active in making sure that people responsibly wheel. He's out there taking care of problems, solving people's problems, making sure that the parks and the other authorities that are over it are going to have a good time, because he's out there solving all these problems. He was an inspiration for me to start YouTubing. I know that you can draw a line from Eric to me to Paul to Rory on this channel, which means that you can draw a line to him for this event, and that's why he's here, the original off-road recovery YouTube personality.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. When I started the YouTube channel, for me, it was just a way to try and maintain some money to keep the record going, just because I wanted to help people out. That's all it was for. And I never would have dreamed that it would have turned into this, because of all of you guys. And
Hey, Eric, we got a special something for you. Challenger Lift reached out to us, and they want to give you a lift for your shop. No more using a high lift jack.
That is incredible. I never would have dreamed. This is amazing. We have to do this again.
They said they didn't want to. What? Was it you wanted to? Oh, thank you, man. You deserve it. Every single thing, you deserve it. Oh, they said they need it. All right, what driver did we forget? Merlin, come on up here. So, over my friendship with Paul, I keep hearing about his crazy cousin Merlin. And I'm like, Paul, I know like 45 people that are directly related to you. I don't need to know 48. So, it never really developed. Then in my channel, when we started even mentioning off-road wrecker games, we called it the Olympics, but don't say that because we'll get sued. So I just see his name. Merlin needs to be there. Merlin. I'm like, who the heck's Merlin? Paul's like, hey, you know my cousin Merlin? That's Merlin. So I'm like, I don't want some boring guy with a diesel engine to come and wreck everything at the off-road wrecker games. Do you want to defend yourself?
So I've got to give a shout out to all of you guys. Because you're the ones that put me here. I literally walked into Matt's shop right before you voted and introduced myself to him, and that is no joke. He said, we'll let the internet decide who the fifth ticket is. And it was 7-1.
It was about 9-1, actually.
So he didn't know a lot about me other than what my cousin Paul might have told him. And I know a lot of people on the internet, they know, I was involved with Vegas rat rods and a bunch of other goofy stuff. But I actually used to professionally rock crawl. In fact, I had a chance to race King of the Hammers in 2010. And my wife had to have emergency brain surgery. So I sold everything. And I think I redeemed myself here. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, it looks like we're getting close to the official drawing time. Where's the professional MC?
Okay, he says professional. I sit at a desk all day. I have the softest hands than anyone up here. So, professional, yeah. Okay, no, but I'm gonna flip things, get a little serious here for a moment. I gotta say some shout outs first, and then we're gonna open up to all of you about something that happened